Hello, hello, and welcome to Tabata. Just going to share my screen here for a few minutes. All right. We've got 12 o'clock on the dot right now. We're going to leave this up until 12:02 as folks are coming in. Thank you so much for joining me whenever and wherever you are joining me from. We got lots of good stuff today. It's going to be a fun class. $12:01 right now, just leaving this up until it hits 12:02. And then we will get started. All right. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and post the Spotify playlist in the chat if you're choosing to follow along. If not, totally okay. Feel free to listen to whatever music motivates you. Spotify playlist link is in the chat. I will let you know when to get that started again if you are following along. All right, so today for Tabata, one Tabata is 8 rounds of 30 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. We do 4 Tabatas total in this class, makes for about 45 minutes of solid high intensity interval training. Today, we have 4 different Tabatas. So, we're gonna do a cardio Tabata, a leg focused Tabata, an arm focused Tabata, and finish off with a core Tabata. Excuse me. Got something in my throat. All right. So for each of these Tabatas, we're actually going to do 4 exercises and repeat it twice. And that's so you get an opportunity to really feel good at these exercises as we go through. All right. So if you're following along with the Spotify playlist, we are going to get that started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Find some space in your area. We're going to get started with a warm-up today. Usually we start down on the ground. Today we're going to start standing up with a little calf stretch. So what I want you to do, one foot goes in front. Sorry, my volume's a little bit too loud in my ear. All right, one foot in front. We want to pull the toe up towards the knee. We just want to hinge back through the hips and sweep down through this stretch. So we want to feel the stretch in the back of the front leg. You may also feel it in the back of your bent leg as well. Try and keep your back nice and flat. Think about activating those postural muscles. And then switch legs. So other leg goes in front, toe pulls towards the knee. We hinge through the hips and sweep down through the back of the leg here. So this is a dynamic quad stretch. Dynamic calf stretch. Woo. Words are not working for me today. That's okay. We're gonna get through it together. All right, stepping out wide, we're gonna go into a little torso twist now. So you can roll the ankles as well. A little bit of mobility in the hips. We wanna see the most mobility in the upper back. All right, and from here, we're gonna go into a little body squat. So taking the heels outside of the hips, we want our toes point slightly out. Go ahead and sink those hips back and down. Try to keep the chest nice and proud. I like to bring my arms up in front. It helps keep my chest up, but you can put your hands on your hips. You can hold your hands out in front like this, whatever feels good for you. As we go through this class, you want to think about using whatever option is going to allow you to work the whole 30 seconds. All right, warming up the hip flexors next. We want to take the knee from the inside to the outside, a little open the gate. Act like you're taking that foot over a stool or a chair. Couple steps in between each if you want. And then take it the other direction. So taking the knee from the outside in. Heart rate should be starting to do something. I know I'm starting to breathe a little bit heavy already. So we've got our cardio Tabata first. It's going to be our highest peak today. All right, we're going to do a little bit of RDLs next. We're going to see these later in the workout, but just to warm up our balance, we want to take one foot back behind us, keeping our back nice and flat, heel drives towards the ceiling, and go ahead and repeat on the same leg. We want to hit 3 or 4 on each leg. It's okay if you're a little bit wobbly. This is why we're using this exercise to turn on the balance. If you find yourself a little bit wobbly like I was, you can hold on to something that's close to you. You can also think about softening up the standing knee and spreading your toes out inside your shoe. It's going to help you balance. All right. Moving to the upper body, we've got some arm circles here. So taking the arms out wide, nice small circles going forward. Starting to warm up the rotator cuff. The scapulothoracic region behind the shoulders. Let's go a little bit bigger with those arm circles. Finding mobility and a full range of motion here. Squeeze those fists. It's going to help the rest of your arms warm up. From the biceps, triceps, all the way down into the forearm and wrist. Go ahead and do nice big arm circles. So really trying to find the full range of motion here. You may feel a stretch in the shoulders or across the chest. That's awesome. If not, that's okay too. Go ahead and switch it up. So we're going backwards now, full range of motion. You may feel more of a stretch here across the collarbones. That's okay. If you gotta go one arm to really get the full range of motion in each shoulder, that's cool too. All right, in medium circles going backwards now, almost done with our warm up. Should be feeling some heat in various parts of the body. And nice small arm circles. There we go, nice and quick, build that heat. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, shaking it out. Shaking out the arms, shaking out the legs. Now remember, one Tabata is 8 rounds. We've got 4 exercises that we're gonna do for each Tabata, so you'll repeat them one time. For cardio, our 4 exercises. Number 1, we've got the old-fashioned jumping jack. So taking arms and legs out, low impact option right here. With a little tap, keeping the arms moving. If you don't wanna move the arms, no problem, stick with the tap. Exercise number 2, we have an up down. So this is kind of like a burpee, but we're not going to do a push up at the bottom or a jump at the top. I want you to think about the back of the legs powering this movement. Hands go down, jump back to a plank, jump in, stand up. Just like that. Walking option right here. Walk back into that plank, walk in, stand up. I really want the standing power to come from the hamstrings and the glutes. Exercise number 3 for our cardio set. We've got high knees. You can either run these high knees or you can march them. Either way, I want the chest to stay nice and proud, back to stay flat, core to stay braced. Exercise number 4 in our cardio set, we're going the opposite way with a butt kick. So we're taking the heels back towards the hips. You can march this out as well. Again, either way here, chest stays proud, back stays flat. And then we'll repeat. All right. Let's get our cardio Tabata out of the way. That's not my timer, that's my calendar. All right, starting up your time here. Tabata number 1, cardio. We start in 10 seconds with our jumping jacks, either high impact or low impact option. 4, 3, 2, 1, go for it. Big jumping jacks, here we go. So we're getting the heart rate up right away, no matter what option you're doing. Remember, you just want to pick an option that lets you move the whole 30 seconds, even if that's without the arms. There we go. We've got 10 seconds to go. Should already feel that heart rate coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest. We're moving to the up down next. So remember, that's like the burpee without a push-up or a jump. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go for this up down. So we're gonna jump back into a plank, jump in, and use our posterior chain to stand up. 2, one, go for it. Plank, jump it in, stand. I really want you to squeeze those glutes and hamstrings to bring your torso up. Think about keeping your back flat, almost like a reverse deadlift. Walking option here. Remember, any option is a good option. As long as it keeps you moving, keeps you breathing, I'm cool with it. Do whatever your body feels. Nice work. Time, 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have a high knee sprint. Again, you can run it or you can march it. Either one is good. 8 seconds, we're going for that high knee sprint. Whew, I'm already out of breath. Hands on the hips if you're feeling the same way. 2, 1, go for it, high knees. Get them up, get them up. Pump those arms. Keep that chest proud. Nice work, nice work. Think about as if you're doing these high knees against a wall. That's how flat we want the back. Remember, you can march this as well. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth if you can. We've got 8 seconds. Good stuff, good stuff. 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest. If you need air, hands on the hips, hands above the head. Grab water if you need it. 10 more seconds, we're going to a butt kick run. Keep in mind, we're gonna rest for a minute and a half in between each Tabata. 3, 2, 1, butt kicks. Take it back, take it back. Again, we're using the arms here, keeping the chest proud. Low impact option right here. So if you got downstairs neighbors, or if you're just not feeling it today, take this option. Still great work here. A little cardio peak, and we're working in the hamstrings. 6 seconds, chest stays proud. Give your lungs space to breathe. 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest. We go back to the front. Next round, jumping jacks or tap outs right here. Take whatever option your body is feeling today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Remember, we're in the back half of our cardio Tabata. This is the only cardio Tabata today. Next up, we got legs. Nice work, nice work. Stay with it. Keep that core brace. Pull the belly button to the spine. No matter what option you're doing, we want to focus on core brace. Nice work, nice work. 6 seconds, come on. Last time you gotta do this exercise. 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, up downs. So now that we've done these once, you should feel pretty comfortable activating the posterior chain. When I say posterior chain, I mean hamstrings, glutes, lower back, upper back. 2, 1, up downs, back into a plank, jumping in, stand up. Think reverse deadlift. We're driving the hips forward, using our glutes and our hamstrings for strength. Walking option here. We're keeping the back of our body engaged. So, squeezing in between the shoulder blades, involving those back extensors. Nice work, nice work. All the way to the bell. And time. Take that rest. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth if you can. Woo! High knee run is next. We've got 8 seconds. We're in our final 2 cardio exercises, then we're moving on to strength. 2, 1, go for it. High knee run. Come on, come on, come on. You got this, you got this. You've already got less than 30 seconds in this round. Keep pumping the arms, whether you're marching or running. We want those knees up at hip level. 13 seconds, come on. Here we go, keep working, keep working. Hold those arms, keep the chest lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Woo! Big breath here. We're gonna finish out our cardio Tabata with a butt kick run or march, whatever option you're feeling. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, one. Butt kick. Taking those heels back, pumping the arms. Keeping the chest nice and proud. It's really easy to start leaning over with this. I want you to stay nice and tall. Whether you're marching or running. Either way, we want to keep the back of the upper body engaged. 10 seconds. Come on, you got this, you got this. Stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Woo! Big break here. A minute and a half to breathe. Take a lap, keep moving, sip on some water. All right, as you are resting, I'm gonna go through our 4 leg exercises. Exercise number 1, we've got a sumo squat reach. So we're gonna take those heels way outside the hips and the shoulders, nice wide stance here. Toes are pointed slightly out. When we squat down, we're gonna drop our hips back and down, take the knees out wide, reach towards the floor, and then finish with a reach towards the ceiling. Even though I'm reaching, I wanna keep my chest proud. So if you have something written on your shirt, think about wanting me to see that the whole time. All right, next exercise is the RDL. So we saw this a little bit in the warm-ups. We're gonna do it a little bit differently in round. We're gonna alternate here. So standing leg, the other leg goes back, heel towards the ceiling, keeping the back flat, and then we're gonna switch legs. So a little bit slower here, a little bit of a balance challenge, focusing on a nice single leg movement that targets, again, our posterior chain. All right, exercise number 3, we're gonna move laterally now with a lateral lunge. So taking a big step out wide, sinking those hips back and down, knee tracks over the toe, take it back in, hit the other side. So again, big step, sinking those hips back and down, keeping the knee in line with the toe. Exercise number 4, we have a glute bridge march. So what's gonna happen here? We're gonna be laying down on our back, drive the shoulders into the mat, hips press up towards the ceiling, and we're gonna alternate marching these feet in. We wanna keep our hips elevated the whole time. All right, and then we repeat for 8 rounds total. Let's do this. Heart rate should be feeling like it is on its way down. We're gonna roll right into our strength Tabata. Focus on legs. In 10 seconds, we're starting with that sumo squat reach. So take a nice wide stance here. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Press the knees out wide so they track over the toes. Good. Chest stays nice and proud even though we're reaching down and up. If that's too much, keep the hands on the hips or the hands in front to keep that chest up. Back stays nice and flat. Pull your belly button into your spine. Nice work, nice work. 10 seconds to go. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Whoo, glutes and quads, let's go. Time, take that rest. Next up, we have our alternating RDL. Again, a little balance challenge here. I really want you to make sure your hips and shoulders are squared to the ground. 6 seconds, we're alternating legs. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Reaching down towards the ground. If you don't get all the way to the ground, that's okay. Go as far as your hamstring will let you. Should almost feel like you're giving a hamstring a little bit of a stretch. It's an eccentric motion right there. Even though it feels like a stretch, it is strength. Keep that belly button pulled into the spine. Use your arms however you need to balance. 3, 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, lateral lunge. Now, if the alternating on the lateral lunge is too much, just stay out in one leg, and I'll tell you when we hit 15 seconds so you can switch legs. Keep the weight in the heels here. 1, and go for it. Lateral lunge. Again, keeping that chest nice and proud, back is flat. Take a nice big step. Make sure the knee tracks over the toe. 20 seconds. Nice work, nice work. If you're staying on one side, switch sides. Keep sinking those hips back and down like you're sitting in a chair. Nice work, nice work. We're driving through the heel of this outside leg. 3, 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, glute bridge march. Now again, if the march is too much, you can just hold right here. It's good work either way. On that bell. Go for it. Hips up to the ceiling. We're taking one leg up and then the other. Really want you to focus on squeezing your core so there's not too much rocking in the hips. Again, you can hold right here. If you're holding right here, I want you to press down through your heels. Good stuff, good stuff. Staying with it. One knee and then the other. All the way to the end of the round. And time. All right, 15 seconds to rest. We're going back to the first exercise. We're in the back half of our leg Tabata. So back to that sumo squat reach. Legs out nice and wide, toes pointed out wide, chest is up. Go for it. Sinking down or reaching up. Now check out your knees. Are they tracking over your toes? You don't want them to collapse in. You gotta keep them out wide. You can squeeze the glutes. We use the outside of the leg to keep the knees out wide over the toes. Remember, you can always drop the arms if you need to. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Take that rest. Next up, we have our alternating RDL. So remember, we want to keep the back flat for this. Make sure the hips and shoulders are squared to the ground. A little bit of a balance challenge here. 2, 1, go for it. One leg extends back, nice and controlled, and switch legs. Now, I'm squeezing in between my shoulder blades to keep my back nice and flat, and I'm bracing my core, thinking about cinching my ribs together to keep my hips squared to the ground. 10 seconds to go. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest here. We are finishing our leg Tabata with the glute bridge march. Oh wait, I lied. We got 2 more rounds. Next up is our lateral lunge. So again, you can alternate on each one, or you can stay on one leg for half the round. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So check it out. If I'm just staying here, sinking my hips back and down, and coming back up. Here we go. This is gonna help you get a little bit more comfortable into the exercise. Keep that chest proud, back is flat, and 15 seconds left. Switch to your other leg. There we go. Remember, alternating is still an option. You can still go both ways. Nice work, nice work. 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest here. Now we're at our last leg exercise with the glute bridge march. Lay it down on your back. Again, option is to just hold the glute bridge. On that bell, we're going to take our hips up towards the ceiling. Go for it. Now, no matter what option you're doing, you want to make sure your knees are in line with your hips and in line with your toes. I don't want to see any knees going out wide. Nice work, nice work. Driving down through the shoulder blades. Keep pulling that belly button into the spine. Good stuff, good stuff. Feel that core activate to bring each knee in. Good work, good work. Time. Take that rest. You've got 1.5 minutes to rest here. So, cardio is done. Legs are done. We're moving on to the arms next. We've got 4 exercises here. Just like we've done before, we will repeat them for 8 rounds total. Exercise number 1, we've got a push-up to a down dog. So plenty of options here with the push-up. You can go on your toes, you can go on your knees, or you can go knees under hips like so. After you do a push-up, you're gonna press the hips back, downward dog. We wanna tap each leg. So push up, press the hips back, tap, tap. If you don't wanna do the downward dog, that's okay, just stick with the push-up. Exercise number 2, we've got a tricep dip. So you want to use a bench, a chair, a couch, whatever you've got around you. Chest stays nice and proud, fingertips hanging off the front of whatever you're using. We're just gonna drop that torso straight down. To make this a little bit more challenging, we can take the legs out in front and then dip. Exercise number 3, we have a pike push-up. For the pike push-up, we are focusing on the shoulders specifically. We want to take our hips up just like we did with the downward dog, fingertips rotated in, and I'm going to bend my elbows so that I drop the crown of my head towards the ground. Option here, knees under hips. We want to arch the back leg so the upper back, take the crown of the head down towards the ground. All right. And then finally, exercise number 4, we call it the commando. You can also call it plank to push up. We're gonna start in a plank position here, go down onto the elbows, and then back up. Make sure you alternate the hands that are coming up. You can go on your toes, on your knees, or knees under hips for this. All right, let's do some arms. Should be feeling good. Make sure you got a sip of water. You caught your breath, taking a lap around before you come down to the mat. I'm gonna start our timer over. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go for our push-up to down dog. So remember, knees, toes, or knees under hips. Go for it. Push up, take the hips back, tap, and tap. Go forward again. Keeping the core braced the whole time. I want you to think about driving the floor away from you in a push-up. Here we go. Keeping that core braced, knees under hip option right here. Take the push-up, step it back into the downward dog. Should feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of the legs for that downward dog. Keep the core braced. Time. Big rest right here. In 15 seconds, we're gonna go to our tricep dip. Chest stays nice and proud. Hang the fingertips off the front of whatever you're using to dip. Going in 3, 2, 1, go for it. Whew. Good work, good work. If you are not feeling the dip today, you can sit back on whatever you're using to dip, hands on the bench, take the elbows straight back behind you. We're still keeping our chest nice and proud, no matter what option you use today. Keep those elbows going straight back. We've got less than 10 seconds. Nice work, nice work. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, moving to the commando. So that plank to push-up movement. Again, we want to alternate which hand steps up from the plank to push-up position. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Now, I really want you to focus on keeping your shoulders and hips square to the ground. So think about your favorite drink. We want to put it on the middle of our back. Now, we want to drink this at the end of class. We don't want to spill it. Stay nice and stable. Pull that belly button into the spine. Remember, knees under hips is an option here too, as are the toes. Keep breathing. And time. Going back to the front here with the push-up to downward dog. We're in the back half of our arm Tabata. Time flies when we're having fun. Going in 6 seconds. Remember, the push-up can be done on toes, knees, or knees under hips. Go for it. And if you don't feel comfortable with the downward dog, just stay right here in this push-up. Make sure the elbows are going down and back. And we're spreading our weight in our fingertips. Take whatever option you need. Whew. Nice work, nice work. Bracing that core, continuing to breathe. Last time you gotta do this. And time. Next up, we have our pike push-up. Oh no, did I forget the pike push-up? I sure did. All right, here's what we're gonna do. These next 2 rounds, the pike push-up. In 3 seconds, pressing those hips up to the ceiling, fingertips pointed in, go for it. Take the crown of the head down to the ground. shoulder work today. Option here, arch the back, keep the fingertips pointed in, take the crown of the head towards the mat. We really want to feel this in the shoulder deltoid area. Nice work, nice work. And time. We've got one more round just like that. Surprise superset, I love it. We're going in 10 seconds here. Back to that pike push-up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go for it. Again, taking whatever option you need. If you want an extra challenge, you can elevate your feet on whatever you use for your tricep dip. Keep breathing, keep moving. Good work on the shoulders here. We got this. Nice job, nice job. All the way to the bell. And time. Whoo, give those shoulders a shake. My goodness. Next up, we're gonna go to tricep dips. We've got 2 more rounds in this Tabata. And then we're done with arms. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Chest is nice and proud. Taking the torso straight down in front of whatever we're using to dip. Elbows go straight back. Try and squeeze them in towards each other. Keep breathing. If you notice your shoulders creeping up towards your ears, pack them down. Create some space there. 8 seconds to go. Keep working. Option here. Nice job. Nice job. And time. Last arm round. We are down for the commando or plank 2 push-up. Remember, knees, toes, or knees under hips for this one. Shaking out the arms if you're feeling a burn. I know I am. 5 seconds. Plank to push-up position. Knees, toes, or knees under hips. Go for it. Keep breathing. Remember, keep the back flat. Nice and stable. It's getting a little colder, so it's soup weather. Think about your favorite soup. That's what's on your back now. We don't want to spill that either. Nice work, nice work. Stay with it, stay with it. And time. Whoo! Shake those arms out. Taking a break here. You want to make sure you keep breathing. If you are sitting down while you're taking a break, make sure your chest is nice and proud. Grab water if you need it. Our last Tabata coming at you is a core Tabata. So I'm going to show our 4 exercises. Same format we've been doing for all of our other body parts. We're just going to finish it out with core. First exercise, we have the bird dog. Really good for the transverse core. It protects your lower back. So we're going to take opposite arm and opposite leg out, touch them in the middle, take them back out and down. Then we switch. So just like the plank to push up, we want to keep our shoulders and hips squared to the ground. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, we're going to do the same thing, but on our backs. So we've got the dead bug up in a quadruped. We're going to take opposite arm, opposite leg out and alternate here. Again, we're trying to drive the lower back into the ground, really working on those transverse abdominals. Exercise number 3, we've got a flutter kick. So you're staying on your back. If your lower back needs some extra support here, we want to take the hands under the lower back. We want to keep the feet at about 6 inches off the floor, point the toes, and flutter those feet back and forth. Option here is to just go with a 6-inch hold. Our last core exercise is going to be a mountain climber. So flipping back over to the front in plank position, we're going to run the knees in, keeping the hips nice and low in a plank position. You can take, you can take those mountain climbers as fast or as slow as you need to make it through the whole 30 seconds. All right, should be feeling rested. You've gotten some air, you've grabbed some water. Let's finish this off with some core. All right, in 10 seconds, we are starting with the bird dog. So we're down in that tabletop position. Go ahead and pull that belly button into the spine. Go for it. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Out, touch elbow to knee, extend back out, take it down, switch sides. Here we go. Faster is not necessarily better here. We're working on control and stability. Don't let your hips dip toward the ground. We want to keep this core tight. There we go. Back is nice and flat and stable. And time. Flipping it over for the dead bug. Going in about 10 seconds. Laying on your back. We're going to take knees and arms up to the ceiling. On that bell. Go for it. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Out and back in. There we go. Now think about your breathing here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Is your lower back pressed on the ground? If not, pull that belly button in. There we go. If you're thinking about your pelvis like a bowl, you want to tip it back. Nice work, nice work. And time. Breathing, resting here. Next up, we have flutter kicks, so we can stay here on our back. Again, if you need some extra support for the flutter kicks, you're going to take your hands below your lower back. The goal is to press those hands into the ground. Go for it. We're taking the feet out. We're keeping them nice and low. We are flutter kicking back and forth here. So a nice point in those toes so we can involve the quads as well. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath here. Nice work, nice work. We're staying nice and low so we feel the heat in our lower abdominals and not our hip flexors. There we go, there we go. Woo! Stay with it. Woo! Time. Taking a rest here. We're gonna roll it over for mountain climbers. Core exercise number 4. Once we do this one, we're going back for the repeat. So you can take this here. You can also take this on your elbows. Up to you. Go for it. Running those knees in. Opposite knee to opposite elbow. Again, take these as fast or as slow as you need to. You want to try and keep the hips at the same level as the shoulders. So I don't want to see any hips up here. We're taking them down and low. Here we go. Here we go. Even if you're going at this pace, I'm okay with that. Just keep moving. Time. Awesome stuff. We've got 4 more rounds to go. We are repeating, so we're going back to that bird dog. So starting in this tabletop position here, go ahead and pull the belly button in. Go for it. Last time you're going to do this exercise. Bird dog, out, touch in the middle, out, down to the ground. Again, we're thinking about our favorite soup, or maybe just a nice ice cold glass of water. We want to keep it on the back, don't spill it. Nobody wants soup all over them while they're doing core. That's not fun. Good stuff, good stuff. Time. Done with the bird dog. Flip it over for the dead bug. Whew. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go for that dead bug. So think about, again, if your pelvis is a bowl, we wanna tip it back so that the lower back is making contact with the ground. Go for it. Opposite arm, opposite leg extends out, and then back in. Good stuff, good stuff. We are encouraging stability and protection for the lower back. Important for everyone, no matter what you do, how old you are, who you are, you need lower back support. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And time. Woo. Staying on our backs here. Next up, we have the flutter kicks. You've got 2 more rounds in Tabata today. A grand total of 1 minute of work. You've got this. Hands under the lower back if you need the support. Go for it. Nice little flutter kicks. Again, option here is to just hold. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep a nice point on the toes. We're involving the quads. Woo! Oh, it burns! Stay with it! Almost there. Almost there. We got this. We got this. And time. Woo! Big breath. One more exercise to go. Flip it over. Mountain climbers to the end. In a plank position, elbows or hands. We go in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Running the knees in, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Keep those hips low. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last exercise, you've got this. Make it all the way through. Make it all the way through. Try to keep those shoulders over the wrists. 10 seconds, come on, come on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Awesome work. Whew. We're gonna take it back to child's pose here. Take the knees out wide, sink the hips back towards the heels. Catching your breath. Breathe it in through the nose and out through the mouth. Go ahead and walk those hands over to the right. Feel the stretch in the lat. Whew. Keep breathing. Big breaths in, big breaths out. Let that heart rate come down. Walk the hands over to the left. Feel the stretch in the lat, across the back of the body. All right, coming up to a seated position here. We're gonna take one leg in, one leg out, and reach towards the outside toe, getting a stretch in the side of the body here, especially if you take your arm up and over. Also getting a little bit of a stretch in the hamstring. Whew. I'm a little shaky. Awesome, awesome work today. Switching it up. We did 16 different exercises today. We worked all parts of the body. We surprised supersetted shoulders, which was great. My shoulders are definitely feeling it. Some things just work out. All right, a little torso twist. So taking one leg out in the front, other leg goes over the top. You can either give this knee a nice hug, or you can go ahead and twist and look over that back shoulder. Remember, we want to find a stretch here, but we don't want to feel any pain. Switching it up here. Other leg goes out. Taking the knee up and over. Either a hug or a twist. All right, coming up to a standing position. We're going to hit our last 2 stretches here. Stretching out the side of the body. Take right leg over the left leg. Right arm goes over the side of the body. Feel that stretch down the side of the body, the obliques, IT bands, all kinds of good stuff. And other side. So taking that knee out or leg back out. Left leg crosses over the front. Left arm goes over the side of the body. Awesome stuff. Give your arms a little shake. Give your legs a little shake. Maybe a neck roll. One direction and then the other. And give yourselves a pat on the back. That was really, really hard work today for Tabata. 45 minutes of high intensity interval training. That was awesome. My name is Petey, coming at you from BC Campus Recreation. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, shoot me an email at petersrx@bc.edu. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.